weekdays at 2 on Channel 3.
I think we're all probably looking forward to seeing a bit of the temperate weather come our way. It always helps your utility bills this time of year, right? But let's face it, eventually the cold weather's going to get here. Then the summer heat will be back, but there's no reason you can't still conserve on your energy bills. Mark Tipton joins us this morning from the side of the road. He is with Best Buy Metals, and we were emailing this morning, and he said, "Oh, Julie, I'm heading to North Carolina, but I'll pull over at a rest stop just to talk to you." So good morning.
Good morning.
Just wanted to get that out there so people know that you are not driving your car and FaceTiming with us.
I am safe at a rest stop over near Asheville, North Carolina.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about what you do at Best Buy Metals. That's a fair statement I made, right? That it's not just that you have the enduring quality of the roof, you're saving money every month once you put it on.
That's exactly right. You can save, research has shown, anywhere around up to 30% on your cooling costs and your heating costs by applying a metal roof. So for some time now, we've been talking about metal roofing, the beauty, the benefits, the energy savings. We've been talking about the durability and the strength. But now we're going to make a little bit of a transition from roof to siding.
So is it going to look industrial, Mark, if people go with the siding?
You know, there's so many different ways, just like with our roofs. You know, you can get metal roof to look like shakes, wood shakes, or tiles, or slate, or stone, or whatever you want. The same thing's true with our siding. So now we're now manufacturing right there in Cleveland, Tennessee, steel siding that looks like the traditional Dutch lap siding that people are putting on their home with vinyl or hardy board. We're making one that's more of a traditional, that's just a lap board. And we're also doing board and batten, which has become really popular again recently.
So, okay, when they do that, I know that you've mentioned before the color choices you have with the roofs. I'm guessing the same would be true for the siding. But I'm not remembering something, Mark. When you choose the color of the metal siding, is it painted on there or is it somehow stained into the metal?
Yeah, so the traditional paint colors are painted, and just like with the metal roof that carries that 40-year warranty against chipping or cracking or chalking or peeling, the same thing is true with your siding. So imagine this for a moment. You put steel siding on your home, you're never going to have to worry about insects. You're never going to have to worry about water damage. And you're not even going to have to think about painting it for 40 years.
So what do you do in terms of the insulation? I would think that it has to start with a really good examination of the structure, though, right? Because if there's any kind of mold issue, you don't want to have that trapped in between the steel and the original structure.
Right. It would be just like applying any other siding to the exterior of your home. So if there's signs of damage there, then the old would come off, an inspection of the decking, the plywood underneath, a nice house wrap would go on, and then you would put the new siding on. If the siding is in great shape on your current structure, then the steel siding can be applied right on top of what's already there.
Does it?
It installs very much just like vinyl siding or hardy board.
Does it have a tin sound to it, Mark? If you were to be playing basketball in the driveway and you went and knocked on the side of the house, is it going to be hard?
Yeah, so remember, this is, and that's a great point, Julie. This is not tin. This is 26 gauge steel. So it is very, very strong, very durable. If a ball hits it, it's not going to dent it. Like, if it hits vinyl siding, you could break it apart even. If a lawnmower throws a rock and hits it, or you're weed eating and you hit your vinyl siding, you can tear it apart. That's not going to happen with steel. So it's going to have a very, very strong exterior surface.
And I think you also have told me that unless you want this to be the case, with the roofs in particular, you're not going to have that sound of the loud rain when it falls. You can, I guess, have that if you choose.
Right.
The siding is the same way. It doesn't sound like it's metal?
Exactly. The same thing applies. So if it's applied to a solid structure underneath and screwed down tightly, if there's insulation or house wrap underneath it, it's going to be completely insulated, and you're not going to hear any sound from water hitting your siding or your roof.
Okay, and I'm sorry for jumping around, but something you had mentioned a minute ago is triggering a thought. You said something about the beadboard that's becoming real popular. So if you're wanting kind of that craftsman look or a vintage look, you can create that, but with modern technology?
Exactly. So now what people are doing is they're using multiple materials and designs and patterns on the same house. So you might see lap siding, you might see board and batten, you might see some stone. People are mixing those. And the same thing is true with metal. So you can get this metal in our traditional semi-gloss or our HD finish, and you can get it in a vertical board and batten siding or horizontal Dutch lap or traditional lap siding. And one of the really cool things about our siding is you even have the ability to customize and create your own design. Our technology, our machinery will allow you to say, hey, I kind of like that, but could you tweak it a little bit, make it narrower or wider? We can do that for you. We can customize your own custom wall panel.
And I know your arm's getting tired, but that machine you're talking about, you also have this machine that you're real proud of that allows you to cut the metal there on site at different sizes. Is that
right?
A fair
so
assessment?
Everything would be manufactured to the exact specifications of your home. So field measurements would be done by the contractor. They would give those to us, and then we would manufacture the product to perfectly fit your home.
Okay, we've got rain coming in today and tomorrow, a good time to hunker down and dream of what could be. You've got different websites that you can share with people. One of them, they can get a quote, but kind of an anonymous way, right, via an online?
Yeah, they can go to metalroofingquote.com, and you could put in that you wanted a quote for your siding. One of the things about this, too, just so you know, it's so cost effective. For pennies more than people are paying for vinyl siding, you can have steel, and it's about 25 to 30% less than hardy board that's being used regularly on siding. So
wow.
You can go to metalroofingquote.com, get an estimate, call, go to our website, bestbuymetalroofing.com, or stop by any of our locations in Cleveland or in Chattanooga.
All right, you drive safely to North Carolina and then come back to us, okay?
Will do.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Mark. Here are the websites you heard him mention. It's Best Buy Metals, all of this manufactured in Cleveland. They also have the Chattanooga office. The phone number is there on your screen. But the quote website he mentioned is metalroofingquote.com. If you go to bestbuymetalroofing.com, you can also learn more, and feel free to visit their showroom up there in Cleveland. We are back with more in just a minute.
Don't look good.
Yeah, it looks like it's both. Just what I don't need.
This is what you do need.
Complete the application within minutes, and if